Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, iPhone's Classics. Well, in the last episode, I mentioned that I got a little bit bored waiting for parts. Something may have happened. So, yeah, let's go and just see what happens when you get bored and you're waiting for parts, huh? So, well, nothing different here really, is there? That's kind of how we left it, to be fair. Got the nice exhaust hangers there. We did start looking at putting some of the heat shield on, but not a lot of point until we've finished with the rear. And then I've also talked about getting this all aligned. I want to get the car aligned because obviously all these ends of the control arms have to be tightened up, and when you put too much in there, it's going to be very interesting getting in there. So I figured what I'm going to do is put this enough together so you can get the wheels and the brakes on, and then what we'll do is take it down to my local garage and get them to do an alignment on it, and then we can button everything up and then we can put it back together. But that wasn't the problem. Let's walk along, and no, we knew we took the wheel off, but there's a few other bits missing here. Quite a few other bits missing. Engine mount on the ground, interesting. Front's missing. Seems to have happened around the other side as well. Okay, so I confess, at the end of the day, when you buy coilovers, they come in a front and a rears. They don't just come in rears. So these had to come out, and I did always think that, hey, the subframe could do with a bit of a clean up. So what the heck, you're waiting for parts for the rear, and it's going to take a couple of weeks for that to sort itself out. So hey, I'm sure we could do something in the front here. Anyway, now I think through some of the videos that I did either forget to hit the button or the battery ran flat. There are a couple of sections that I've missed out, but anyway, so let's jump into the videos that we created. Enjoy. See you at the end. I'll do a quick talking session while I've just pulled out the inner guard there. As you can see, this car's lived on country roads for quite a while, so no matter what you wash, there's always going to be areas of dirt that you can't get to. I think underneath it doesn't look too bad, just quite dirty. So this is coming from battery positive. This comes into the terminal that sits up in the engine bay, and then it goes straight off to the starter motor. So you get full whack from the battery straight into the starter motor. And then, like I said, there's another cable that comes up running down the inside of the car down here, and then up into the fuse boxes. Quite handy. We can see quite a bit in there, which is good because I want to get these out. So what is in the process? I just want to take these off because I'm going to take off the brakes. So the brakes are going in the bin along with the rears. I'm going to get this hub powder coated, hopefully. I'm going to see, I'm not sure. I really want to take the subframe off as well at the same time, but I'm just not sure I'm going to have the time with everything else that I've got to do, because taking the subframe off means a whole bunch of stuff will need to be looked at. So we're going to see. We'll have a think about it and see where we get to. But for the moment, definitely these hubs are going to go away to powder coat along with the rear brakes. Don't worry about the front brakes. They're going to be replaced. Yeah, and that's all I want to show you. So at the moment, we're going to be popping off all these sensor cables, disconnecting those because they'll have to, well, at least actually we might leave them up here. Actually, we might leave them up here. We've got to disconnect them from here because all this is coming out, and this is coming out as well. So let's go back. I'll put you on time lapse. I might change the angle a little bit so you can see a little bit more. We probably won't see too much, but anyway. Right, we've got most of the bits off the hub. That bottom ball joint, I'm just gonna, it should come off. It's got bolts on it, etc. And I'm sure it wasn't forged like that. So, but we'll see. I've got to do a couple of checks, but we'll be attacking that with heat and a few other things later, because I want to get that hub sent away and get cleaned up and powder coated. So that'll have to come off. We'll attack it a little bit later, but for now I thought I'll continue on taking this control arm apart, taking that ball joint off there. That'll probably get replaced. This will get replaced, and one of the reasons this car, again, is what's done 88,000 miles, I think. And if you can see in there, hopefully you can see fairly well. I'll try not to. You can see that is cracking, starting to let go. So we'll get these off now. These are a bit of fun to get off, from what I can tell. So we're just gonna, I don't know, stick it in the vise, start trying to pull it out, see where we get to. So we've got the hub off, got the brake shield off. I was looking at it thinking I'm probably not going to need it, to be honest, because obviously this is for the standard brakes. I'm going to a big brake kit, so this probably will become useless. But we'll see. Right, sorry guys, back on time lapse. Just a short one, just for a matter of interest. You don't usually see it from the other side. And there's the ABS wheel sensor sitting down. Obviously slightly different in the back. Looks like it's got a little bit of a wear mark from the drive shaft. But there it is. Now this is the one that's completely stuck in there. So I'm probably going to take the hub off first. Now this one is a slightly new one, so I replaced this a few years back. It's the only one I've ever replaced, to be honest, so I thought that just may be of interest to have a look at. A while back when I was changing this front hub, I was going to take this brake cover off, but unfortunately ended up breaking the head of the Torx screw off inside the screw itself. I thought that over time it would have fallen out, but guess what? It didn't. So my first thought was to try and drill it out. That didn't work, and so I ended up just cutting a slot in the screw and hitting it with a screwdriver. That seemed to work quite well. So the wheel sensor, no, it wanted to put up a fight. So out came the drill. Right, these outer lower ball joints that are on the bottom of the hub, they may as well have been cast in place. These things put up a massive fight. So sit back, relax, maybe get yourself a cup of tea. There's quite a bit of time lapse of me fighting with these things. It involves a lot of things: chisels, hammers, persuasion devices, larger persuasion devices. And then, using heat as well, and then the grinder. And there was a lot of cutting, then flappy disk to get rid of all of the remains, and then, a big persuasion device and a drift to get out the center cap. I was taking this off because the rubber's been, you get stuck in that hot and it just starts to melt and burn, which is not terribly pleasant. Well, it looks like there's another plastic piece in here, so that's not going to be great either. But since we're doing this up, it wouldn't be the right thing to do to leave this old piece in here. So we're going to continue the fight, and the best news is once this one's out, I've got another one to do. Yay. Right, that's the challenge of the hubs and the ball joints finished with. Now, the steering system. Okay, so first of all, we'll empty all the fluids out, as best as possible anyway. And then we've got some E-torque bolts that have to come off, and of course they've cleverly placed 2 of them underneath all of the pipe work. I like it. So, you know, if you thought I'll try and take this apart as little as possible so I can have no problems putting it back together, bad luck. Anyway, has to be done because subframe has to be cleaned up and painted. So here we go. Okay, we've got everything apart. I'm considering whether I send the power steering pump away to be refurbished, because in 50,000 miles it's probably going to need to, which is actually quite a lot considering I don't only use this car sort of anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 miles a year. But we'll see. Everything's out at the moment, so it may be worth it. We'll have a look. Steering. Tie rods, we'll get new ones because that one, I had to cut that one. And we'll give this a good clean up. We'll see what else might change those clips because those have got to come off. Everything's apart at the moment, so we might just give everything a bit of a clean down and see if there's anything that needs to be replaced. One thing though, just quickly before I sort of natter on too much. Right, I just want to look up under here, see how dirty it was. I'll try and keep the light as good as possible. And nice. Something else to clean up, but hey, while it's apart, it's good to see. And as you can see, there's plenty of dirt up here, so it's going to be fun cleaning that off, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sure the other side's very similar, so we'll have to get the wire wheel up there, clean all that off, get some rust encapsulator on there, and we'll put some wax over the top of it to seal that up. Another thing we'll be looking to do, I've started to, the good thing is with a vise, these bushes, they sit in the middle here, so you can start pushing it out if you've got something to support this. But of course when you get to about here, if you don't have something that's going to fit on that to push it out, you're a little bit stuck. So we're going to see if there's something I can do with that today, because obviously I want to clean these up with the rest of it. Okay guys, so there you go, the front ends in pieces, but you know, that's all right. Things had to be done. As you can see, we found some more rust in the car that needs to be treated, so we'll get it onto that in the next episode. Again, if you enjoyed this, please press the like, hit the subscribe button, and also maybe share with your friends. We need more people to start watching this. Now, one thing, I have also started up an Instagram account. It is the same, Hyphens Classics, and what I'll be doing is I'll be posting some pictures in there a little bit ahead of obviously the videos, so if you did want a sneak peek and see what is going on, then I'll be posting stuff up in there. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care for now. See you in the next episode, guys. See you for now.